Let me tell you a story. Once upon a time, a long, long time ago, in a great forest, there lived a bear. Now, the bear had a pretty good life, but was facing some big challenges. And it wasn't really confident about facing up to all the challenges. So, one night, the bear prayed. The bear prayed to the God of the bears, calling out, "God of the bears, please make me stronger. Help me face those things that I must face." And the next morning, the bear woke up, and the most amazing thing had happened, because the bear had changed. It was no longer a bear. It had been transformed, changed into a great mountain. A mountain so high it almost touched the sky. And as a great mountain, the bear could really begin to feel and understand its own strength. You see, a mountain is so strong and so centered that it can stand up to anything. And the bear really enjoyed being a mountain. Nobody messes with a mountain. Now, a mountain is very strong, but a mountain is not very open to change. A mountain just stays one way for a long, long time. So, the bear realized that it had to learn to be more open and to react, to be more flexible, to be able to respond to change. So, what could it do? Well, it prayed, and it prayed to the God of the mountain. Of course, it wouldn't pray to the God of the bears, because it wasn't a bear anymore. So it prayed to the God of the mountain, calling out, "God of the mountain, please, please help me to be more open, to be more creative, to be more flexible." And the next morning, when it awoke, it had changed. It was no longer a mountain, for it had transformed, changed into a wind. Yes, the mountain who used to be a bear had now become a wind. And being a wind is pretty cool, you know, because when you're a wind, it means you can go everywhere. If there is something in your way, if there's an obstacle, you can just go around it or under it or over it. There's always a way for a wind to go. And the wind felt wonderful and blew the clouds around the sky and went dancing with the rocks and the fields and so much more. And it came up with amazing new ideas and went to amazing new places, very playful and creative, open to so many new possibilities and ways of navigating the world. Now a wind is a wonderful creature indeed, but eventually, although it was open and creative and playful, it was perhaps just a little bit shallow. It felt that it was not really aware of what was going on at a deeper level, just blowing in from one place to another. So one night it prayed. It prayed to the God of the wind, calling out, "God of the wind, please help me." And the next morning, when it woke up, it was no longer a wind. It had been transformed, completely changed. For the wind, who used to be a mountain, who used to be a bear, had now become the ocean. The great ocean that goes so deep, that goes right down to the heart of the world. The great ocean that reaches out to vast continents, being aware of the whole planet. So present, the great ocean is aware of all things. The great ocean has all the knowledge, can see everything, can hear everything, and can feel everything. All through the bright day and dark night, the ocean is alert and awake, aware of everything in all senses at such a deep level. And the ocean was very content and peaceful, simply being aware of everything around. But as the ocean, it slowly began to realize that although it was aware of everything, it wasn't really connected to everything at all. Sometimes it was as if it was just an observer of the whole map of the world, yet not really connected to the parts of that world. In a way, it felt a little isolated. It was the only great ocean. So one night, The ocean, who used to be a wind, who used to be a mountain, who used to be a bear, prayed to the God of the ocean. And it prayed, God of the ocean, help me. And when it awoke next morning, transformed and changed, it awoke not as an ocean, but instead in the state of a being who connected the land to the ocean, one who dances with the wind, one who connects all the way from the strength of the mountain right down to the depths of the ocean as it dances with the wind and journeys throughout the land. It awoke as one who is truly connected, for it awoke as a river. And the ocean, who used to be a wind, who used to be a mountain, who used to be a bear, now it had become that river. And a river is a wonderful thing, for the river starts with the strength of the mountain and flows down easily and enjoyably right down to the ocean, connecting the strength of the mountains and the deep awareness of the ocean. And on the way the river dances with the wind, always playful and open, the wind dancing with the water, dancing together. And it was happy as a river, because a river could connect all of these things. Everything was good. But eventually it thought, it is great being a river, being connected, and it was great to be a mountain, to have all that strength and centeredness. And it was also a fine thing to be a wind, to be open and creative and playful. And it was wonderful to be the great ocean, to be aware and alert and deep in knowledge. I want it all. So one night he prayed to the God of the river and called out, "Help me!" And the God of the river replied, "So you want it all. This is an interesting situation, and I'm curious to know the solution, aren't you?" And the God of the river said, "I cannot help you on my own. Yet there are other beings in other states who may be able to help us to find the best solution for you." And then the God of the river called upon the God of the ocean, and the God of the wind, and the God of the mountain, and the God of the bear, and they each came from their own states. And the 5 gods talked to try to find the best solution. And the talk turned into a long night as the gods all discussed, what are we going to do to integrate all these beautiful things that have been found? And after the long discussion of the gods, they said, what we're going to do is, we're going to transform you back into who you really are. You will once again become a bear and live a bear reality, but with some important differences, for you are indeed somebody. You are indeed a special bear. And the God of the mountain said to the bear, because you wanted to have the strength of the mountain, so down in your feet, centering you down to the ground, I will give you the strength of the mountain. And whenever you feel your feet supported by the solid earth below you, you can remember the strength of the mountain and once again feel the centeredness and strength of that mountain within. And the God of the wind said to the bear, and I will give you the openness and flexibility of the wind, the ability to be open and play, the creativity of the wind. And I will put this all round your center, and whenever you become aware of the center of your body, then again you will be open and playful and creative in so many ways. And the God of the ocean stepped up and said to the bear, and I will give you the awareness and peace of the ocean inside all around your heart, all around your head. And whenever you focus on your heart, you can have that peace, that awareness, that deep, deep knowledge and alertness. And the God of the river said to the bear, I will give you the connectedness of the river all around and beyond your body, above you, below you, all around. And whenever you become aware of the areas around your body, you can again easily feel that connectedness with all living things and the resources that are available to you. And there was one more God, wasn't there? Do you remember? Yes, of course, there was the God of the bears. And so the God of the bears said, well, I want you to be able to remember all of these things, because in everyday life, and when challenges arise, a bear can barely remember sometimes what is important, and a bear needs a little help to help you remember, don't you? Because sometimes you might not consciously remember that you have the strength of the mountain, you have the openness and creativity of the wind, you have the awareness of the great ocean, and the connectedness of the river. All of these are available to you. And so I want you to remember, if not even consciously, that all of these resources are available to you. So what I will do for you, my bear, is every time you bring your hands or your paws together, yes, that's right, as you bring your paws together now, all of these things will come back to you. And you will feel them all again in your body and around your body, integrating in exactly the ways that are most appropriate for you, growing and spreading in ways that support your whole life, and knowing that you can easily access all of these wonderful things in your future by simply bringing those paws together. And the next morning, the bear woke up. And indeed, it was transformed, changed completely. And the God of the bears spoke to the bear and said, yes, indeed, you are somebody. You are a bear, a very special bear. Yet at a very deep level, you will always remember all these important things that you have learned, and learn to use in ways that are most appropriate for you. For the mountain, the wind, the ocean, and the river are all part of you now.